Hey guys, I wanted to talk about Mortal Kombat 11, more specifically a possible tag mode. We all know that Mortal Kombat 11 is likely to be announced very, very soon, whether it be at E3 or just before E3. Most of us expected it to happen at Combo Breaker, but since Combo Breaker has come and gone and no Mortal Kombat 11 announcement, a lot of us are sitting here wondering what's going to happen. I want to talk about tag mode specifically because that's one of the more exciting features that could possibly be added to Mortal Kombat 11. You know, we haven't had a tag mode since MK9, and I think a lot of people look at the tag mode and what it was and remembers something great, even though in all honesty it wasn't something fantastic. It was just something that was kind of cool. So it's not a feature that I'm holding my breath for, but I do think it would be pretty cool to have in the game. Now, the reason the whole tag mode has been theorized about recently is because there was a big leak that happened, or a theoretical leak. I mean, it was on 4chan, so it's up to you to decide how credible that is. But in this leak, it said that Mortal Kombat 11 would be revealed at Combo Breaker, and the big focus of the trailer would be a tag mode, which in all honesty, that leak seems pretty legitimate on face value. If they were to reveal at Combo Breaker and they were to do a cinematic trailer of some sort, they would want to focus on the brand new feature. This happened with all of the NetherRealm games leading up to this one. Injustice 1's trailer showed off all of the superheroes in their glory because that was the big draw for that game. Mortal Kombat 11 showed off its incredibly enhanced textures and graphics in its cinematic trailer, and Injustice 2 showed off the gear system. So if MK11 was to have the tag mode, it wouldn't be surprising to me to see that have a heavy focus in the cinematic trailer. So it wouldn't be at all surprising to me to see the MK11 trailer focus on the tag mode. But with all that said, none of this is substantiated at all, because the whole reason people thought this leak was actually true is because it was predicting the MK11 reveal to happen at Combo Breaker, which of course hasn't happened. I do think it's probably worth apologizing, because in my videos I did imply that I was pretty confident it was going to happen at Combo Breaker, and I was confident. In fact, I made a video saying how you could watch it live if it was going to happen. And again, I was pretty confident about it, but I think my opinions were pretty influenced by the community, and I probably should have taken a more objective stance on it rather than just going along with the community opinion. That's something I really don't do much on my channel. Usually I'm pretty objective with the things I talk about, and I usually make it pretty clear when I'm talking about opinion rather than fact. So it is a rare slip up from me. I do apologize for that. So will a tag mode end up showing up in MK11? At this point, I'm leaning towards no. A tag mode is an extra level of balance that needs to happen in the game. How is the tag system going to work? Are people going to have assists? Are people not going to have assists? Are people going to do anything when they come into play? This is development time that is better off spent in other places, like adding more characters to the roster, potentially designing new stages, potentially designing more gear if they're going to use the gear system, potentially making even more game modes. The development time would be much more suited for other projects, I think, rather than the tag mode, which at the end of the day is, I think, a bit of a gimmick that doesn't end up actually benefiting too many people. In fact, it would do nothing but even segregate the community even more. One of the big downsides of playing a fighting game, in this case Mortal Kombat, especially in low populated areas like Australia, is that it's pretty difficult to find games, especially if you're looking for a specific game mode. I would actually probably play a lot of King of the Hill if I had a chance, but there's not a large enough community here in Australia to be able to just jump into a King of the Hill unless you already know a bunch of friends who want to do the same thing. So having a tag mode in the game would only segregate the community into more playlists. And if we do have the gear system in MK11, you would have player match, competitive player match where gear is disabled, ranked, King of the Hill, competitive King of the Hill, tag mode, and competitive tag mode. That is a whole lot of playlists you have to go through. Assuming that you don't have gear, you would still have player match, rank. Personally, I think that's all you need, but you've also got King of the Hill and tag mode. 4 different playlists that you're separating your entire community among, and that's pretty hard to do when the online community is already fairly small for these types of games. You really want all of those playlists to be as active as possible because you don't want people waiting too long for each game. This is one of the reasons I don't think Mortal Kombat 11 is going to end up having a ranked mode, even though a proper ranked mode with like divisions and everything. As much as I would want that, I don't think we'll end up getting it because it's going to be too hard to find an equally matched player because of these low populated areas, and even in America, fighting games are a pretty low populated game, right? If the tag mode is something that they add to Mortal Kombat 11, I hope it's something that's not a big focus of the game, and I hope it's more or less an offline option, or an option you can just pick while you're playing with a friend. It would also be really cool to incorporate some of the tag stuff into multiverse stuff. So for example, there are little stories in the multiverse, or whatever you end up calling a multiverse game mode in Mortal Kombat 11. It'd be cool if you had to play Sub-Zero and Scorpion together, and you could have a little story reason there in the description of the multiverse, and other little team mix-up and matchups that you could come up with in the Mortal Kombat lore. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 11 and the potential tag mode. Would you like to see a tag mode for MK11? They would have to take away development time from something, and what do you think that thing should be? I love discussing this type of thing in the comments section, so please leave your comments. I know I may not reply to everybody, but I will absolutely read every single comment. My name is Ben Bilbersy, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.